Anything up there that shouldn't be?
No.
Yeah, good.
Nothing.
Anything up there that somebody's going to go,
no, you can't really see anything.
yeah.
So like Richie's neck is up there. Yeah. That's his, yeah.
Okay.
I don't know, you guys. I think that this is totally fun. And I also think that this bridge kicks butt.
I like the bridge.
Do you? Well, I'll be anxious to see what.
I think it just looks right for something like that. It looks very appropriate on there.
You were already getting paid. You both like a minute and a half each day. With that, look how much better you are today than yesterday.
Yeah, this thing is cool, man. I still think though that if it were a regular guitar, I would feel more comfortable with it.
I can actually move both hands better. A couple days.
How much?
At a time, I'd get much better at that.
If you had this in guitar form, so these strings are quite a bit higher off the fretboard than they need to be, but I kind of want.
How straight is the neck?
It's probably dead flat, but yeah, it looks like it's flat as flat can be, don't you know?
Flat, good.
Yeah.
That was the thing that we were wondering about. If you put something stiffer in it or not.
You got 5 minutes before I answer your questions. I think if anything, it looks like it might actually be sagging away from the body, which I can't imagine it is. Not having the ability to kind of mute it, like I kind of know a little bit about, is the tricky part for me. I want to see somebody who can actually play one of these. Coming, so JD lives in Nashville now, so it's not like he can just come over and do it. But yeah, I wonder if JD will be joining us this evening for this reveal. You got 4 minutes, Chris.
I don't like to rush into these things, Matt.
Just saying.
Yeah. I think we're on.
Yeah.
We are, but I'm waiting to see. There's 22 people. I think the thing that surprised me more than anything was how much you press down on the strings.
Steve Messplay will play it. I think he used to be kind of a left guy.
Who's that? Don't say Steve Messplay because I don't know who. No, you said see if Steve
Messplay.
You said Steve Messplay will do it, and I'm like, who's that? And I said, don't say Steve Messplay. So who is that?
Steve Messplay?
I know that guy.
Well, you know of him.
I do.
Yeah. He owns Wildwood.
Oh, okay, yeah. I just know him as the guy from Wildwood. Yeah.
Okay, yes, Steve is the owner. Steve Messplay.
Steve from Wildwood.
He used to be really into black seals.
Well, we have to go to Wildwood. Actually, we are
Take
past
this one too.
past due for a visit, and yeah, we should take some of these because they are super cool. Brandon is here. Brandon, I'm surprised you are still awake. Brandon's got some buddies in town. No, I'm not surprised he's awake. He's got some buds in town, and I think they're burning the midnight oil.
I heard they burned it
Yeah.
the other night.
Yeah. I need to see Brandon though. We want to get together and do some cool, fun stuff. All right. So, so guys, we have been busy all day today, and we got 2 more minutes, so there might be some other people wanting to join us. I really hope that that JD tunes in, because I know that sometimes he does, and this one might be. Well, I want him to see this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do you have any finger picks?
I do have finger picks.
Do you?
Yeah.
Okay.
At my house.
Yeah.
Not here.
You
know what?
I mean, because you're supposed to use those with this, right?
You certainly can. Yeah. Yeah. You can also flat pick and.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
How do you
finger
on
picks.
a lap steel? Or
Yeah.
I guess you could. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess one could.
There's lots of ways to do it.
Yeah. So while we're waiting for everybody else to get here, let's go through the questions. So
you ever play with finger picks?
Yeah. You like Buckethead?
Yeah. Hey, I got a question for you.
Did you watch Brian Nutter's video?
Yeah.
Did you see my comment?
Uh-huh.
Okay, good.
Yeah. I think Brian might have forgotten how funny that was.
Oh no, I think he knew exactly how funny.
You think so?
Yeah, I do.
He just doesn't respond.
He responded to that.
Oh, did he?
Oh yeah.
What'd he say? Yeah.
Okay, so Dastardly Dave is here, Brian Duncan is here, Doug Silence is here, and they're all like, "Hey, dudes, hanging out." Duncan says that his cast comes off on Tuesday. He's looking forward to that.
Tuesday?
Yeah, he might be in the market for a lap steel. I don't know.
Hopefully, he wants one because they're fun, not because that's the only thing he can play.
I know. Yeah, absolutely, and I know he was saying he wanted to make one, so I think we're gonna do one.
Make one with him. Yeah.
That'll be fun. Bad Joke Guitars is here. Lefty is here. Let's see. Brian says that he's excited about this guitar. It might be a glimpse into his future. I think I tell you what, Brian, it's really fun.
They are fun to play, and it's in some ways it's a completely different sound.
Yeah,
and that's fun. And yeah.
Dave wants to know: do you tune it to a chord? And there's people saying yes. So this one right now is tuned to open E.
Correct.
To cop some of that Mojo Nixon-y Eat Them Words flavor. They won't be able to hear any of that.
Probably
stuff.
not.
You know how you can never hear.
Hey, this is an E.
Mm-hmm. You just have to believe us. Hey, Daryl Hazelwood is here. How you doing, Daryl? 64 Commuters here. Rick B is here. Okay, Brian has some idea, or he wants to know how tall is the. So let's go ahead and get rolling here. It's 5:01. So, Dave said he actually did hear it. Maybe it's
maybe
okay.
Maybe if we all shut the heck up.
Yeah, maybe. So, Chris,
I didn't have it turned up.
No, I know that's why. Kev Zill, I got your email, Kev. I haven't gotten a chance to respond to you yet, but we got it. Yeah. So, okay, gang, this is the very, very, very first lap steel that we have ever built. And let's tell you guys a little bit about it. First and foremost, we have some very good customers and some very good friends. They're the same people. And they said, "Hey, can you build us a lap steel? Or can you build us some lap steels?" Mm-hmm. And I'm like, "Well, yeah, why not?" So, and you might have seen JD on here or Kathy, and they bought a bunch of guitars from us. There's pictures of JD, and he's a great player, on our website. They both live in Nashville now. Anyway,
they did live here when we first met them.
Yeah.
But they've since moved back to Nashville.
Yeah.
And yeah.
So what we wanted to do is we didn't want to just. This is a simple concept for an instrument. Uh-huh. You could very literally take lumber from the home center and kludge together something and tune it and I mean you could do it.
Yeah.
but that's not what we do here. We don't kludge together junk. So what we wanted to do was something that was neat and fit and had some classic aesthetics, but was our own take on everything, right? I mean, so you'll notice it as the TTG headstock. We've talked about doing lap steels many times in the past, Chris, and we kind of landed on not doing them because we couldn't find the parts that we wanted, right?
Watch this.
Get a load of this.
Look at that action.
Okay. So like one of the things that we didn't know if we wanted to use regular tuners or if we wanted to use that kind of like assembly thing, you know, what you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Well, yeah. Like
a tray.
Except the tuners go up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's probably handy if it's horizontal.
Well, it's not a big deal to tune this, but
yeah, that's true. And we wanted a cool shape, and I think Chris, I think we nailed it. I love this thing.
Yeah, I like the shape. We have some other things that we're doing with this shape.
Mike Sleva says it's really cool. Mike,
I think MDF all day. I am all sorts of backed up.
Oh, we need to make a control cavity cover.
We do. Yeah, I'll make that next week when I'm making a bunch of other stuff.
Okay. So that
ain't no shake.
No. So this is the very first TTG lap steel. It is all mahogany. And because it's all mahogany and it's got slightly open pore finish, it got that Luxardo red, which looks cool on mahogany open pore finish. It's got
me doing this.
Yeah, what is that about? 20 Luxardo red?
No, so if I'm
what are you
talking?
You're
I can't see what's going on if I'm up here.
Oh, okay.
But if I'm back here, you can still see me doing that.
Well, I'm glad we got that sorted. All right, well, you talk. Tell them about what's going on here.
Well, what would you like to know?
Chris, pretend for a second that no one knows anything about this, and we need to tell them everything about it. You want me to just do it, or you want
no?
Go ahead.
So this particular one is a 25.5-inch scale. I think future ones will be 24 3/4.
I actually forgot that this was 25 and a half.
The whole idea. They're simple instruments, but you still got to kind of think about it. And we didn't really want to, graft or like sort of bullshit a bunch of guitar parts, electric guitar parts on it.
I think that this perfectly sums up a handmade lap steel versus a homemade thing that works but isn't cool.
Because like we'll just buy a cheap Strat bridge and bolt that on there. Well, that looks crappy.
It does look. It would look crappy.
Does it work? Well, yeah. And just put a crappy pickup in it. Just just. And
speaking of pickup, Mike Sleva wants to know what pickup does it have?
This has a TV Jones.
It's got a TV Jones humbucker.
Yeah, it's a humbucker. I don't know which model it is because I just put it in and didn't look.
Yeah, I don't remember.
But it sounds great. And this whole thing is just sort of different. So the neck is inset way into the body because you don't need this access.
No.
You need this access.
Yeah.
So
Brian Duncan sent us a super chat for $12, oddly specific amount, and said, I bet it'd be good for slide.
Well, it might be good for slide. Yeah. Seeing as how the strings are 5/16 of an inch off the fretboard. I don't think they're quite that far. Yeah, they might be 5/16.
Pete wants to know, can JJJ play it? Pete, I think that Jim's been kind of itching to play this one.
Jim plays it better than Matt and I, but only a little.
Only a little bit, because I pretty much rock on this thing. I love it. Okay, here's the fun thing about this lap steel guitar. If you crank it up and shove it through a bunch of gain or overdrive and just kind of have confidence, it sounds cool. It's really, really fun. Now, you're not going to impress anybody who's a lap steel player by doing that. Well, maybe you will, but if you're just loud and sending this through a big loud amp outside, you drag your amp out into the yard and just turn everything all the way to the right. And and then just plug this thing in and just wail on it. It is so unbelievably fun, you guys.
One of the funny things about playing it is every time you play a little bit, you run into something that you sort of know. So then you start going, oh, maybe let's see if I can figure that out.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, you're playing.
I think a lot of that stuff has everything to do with the tuning that you select.
Yeah. And and right now this one's tuned to open E because that was a string set we had.
Yeah. Now this has just
some other
tens, right?
Yeah, this is just tens. Yeah.
I think you could really benefit from having bigger strings on here, but I have no idea why I said that. Like what do you get from that? Maybe it's less.
I think you have to,
spider webs.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Mm-hmm.
I think you have to press less hard playing, and and tension. I think tension is your friend.
I think so too.
On a instrument like this.
Sir David Dangerous says needs parking lot tested, and it absolutely does. Mike says when you turn everything all the way to the right, in other words, normal amp setting. Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
Lefty says WFO, which is absolutely right.
Yeah.
Doug, go ahead.
Does WFO stand for wide full open or wide effing open?
Yes. Doug Seidlet says, this is nice. There are a ton of videos with titles like, I made a lap steel in a day from a 2x4, and they look like they made it in a day.
Yeah. This took more than a day. There's slightly less stuff than a regular guitar, but there's some other stuff that's slightly different.
Yeah.
Too. So
first of all, it's amazing to me how this shape lends itself to sitting on your lap.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's actually quite nice.
Well, like, because you have one that's like very slim.
Yeah, that one you need the legs.
Yeah,
that one.
Yeah. This one has enough mass and width, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
It is really fun. So like Chris was saying, this is a 25.5-inch scale. What kind of tuners we got on here, Chris?
Hipshot tuners, best in the world.
The one true and holy. Now look at that mirror on the nut. It's still a nut, but get a load of that. What do you think? Look at that. Mm-hmm. High polish brass, you guys.
Whoever made that really knows his brass.
You know what I don't see when I hold it like this, when I don't orient it like this? I don't see a truss rod cover.
It's because there's no truss rod.
Because the neck is almost 1 1/4 inches thick. So again, remember, gang, this is a lap steel guitar. And so it's square.
Action ain't a thing.
Well, it is.
It is, but
the other way.
It's a different kind of action, yeah. What do you think of my action?
Check out my action.
Yeah.
Mike Sleva has a very good question, and he sent it in super chat form, but I kind of want to put a pin in it and come back to it.
Okay.
Because it's a very good question, but I kind of want to wait until we talk about some of the other things because it dovetails into what we want to do. And so Mike asks, Chris, any other colors you think would work on that lap fiddle?
Okay, so we're gonna pin that.
Pin it because let's talk a little bit more about this. So, Chris, tell me about the frets on this.
They are fret markers. So, did dots and fret markers? If you look real close, they're blind. They don't go all the way through.
Mm-hmm. Okay, let me get that in the thing there.
Newfangled machine.
Yeah, that's
to
nice.
Do that.
This is a piece of.
You don't need frets because you don't mash the strings into frets. You use a big steel bar. This is sort of your fret.
That's
basically.
Yeah. So this is you get all those macro tones.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You can play as out of tune as you want on this.
That's right.
Even when it's in tune, you can play out of tune. It's no problem at all.
So this particular one has a black poisonwood fretboard.
Yeah, black poisonwood fretboard, 24 frets.
24 frets.
But they keep going.
Yeah, there's
24 fret markers, but they keep going.
That's right.
There. Yeah, you can play probably up to 36, 38.
Really
40.
to right here, basically. Yeah. Yeah, you could slide to basically here.
Yep. Yeah. But by the time, as you progress with your skill level,
Mhm.
By the time you're here, you don't need any markers. You can just go for it.
So Dave, these are not frets. These are actually inlays.
Yeah, they're inlays. They're
Okay.
they're inlays.
Uh-huh.
And yeah.
This has a TV Jones humbucker,
Mm-hmm.
volume and tone. Now we don't know that that's the ideal place for these. We just kind of took a stab at it, right?
Yeah.
So, but you can dig. Look, it's got a great big control cavity. So if you wanted, you could put these controls basically anywhere you wanted. Like if I need to be able to get to this one, or you know what I mean? What we're kind of freestyling here.
Yeah, and I think we did a pretty good job.
So this bridge is built in the shop,
Bespoke.
And it's string through construction, as you can see right there. The bridge is actually a rosewood bridge with a it's a rosewood bridge
with a fret.
One
of the most interesting parts of these guitars is that the radius is
dead flat.
0. It's flat. And while you might think, oh, that's fun, that's easy, except it creates a bunch of new opportunities for strange things to happen.
That's right. So if you wanted to use, if you had a 6 adjustable saddle bridge, you could do it.
Yeah.
But then it would look like you were using a 6 saddle adjustable bridge.
Yeah, which I kind of don't dig.
Well, I guess you could do it with a 3 saddle adjustable bridge, like a Telly style bridge.
Yeah, you could do it with that. Yeah.
But to me, this wouldn't look as nearly as neat with a Telly bridge on it or a Strat bridge on it.
Yeah.
In fact, guys, I want you to let me know what you think of this bridge, because I'm actually going to be building some regular guitars with this bridge. I like it so much. Let me ask you this. If there was a Les Paul Jr. that had this bridge, would you be like, cool, or meh? What do you think, Chris? A Les Paul Jr. style guitar. Man, that might need a regular bridge.
Cool. Sorry.
Bitmat says, how's the intonation? Great question. Because there are no frets, the intonation is kind of up to where your left hand is. Now, that is not entirely true.
Right.
But you can imagine if you held this slide vertical or at an angle. Were you saying that some guys actually do angle it?
They do that, and they do lots of stuff. And there are guys, not very many. Most people don't intonate these things. You can intonate this one a little bit if you need to. It's just, it doesn't seem to be
you could
big of an issue, which is funny, because in the guitar world, the electric guitar world, it's a huge deal. In the acoustic guitar world, it's not a little bit, but not as much.
Big.
And then, and with these, it's just like, I think you sort of play by ear and you sort of learn the instrument, and you find that sweet spot. The funny thing is, because this is like basically playing fretless guitar.
Yeah.
And
but it's not, because you're not pressing that. You can.
You're not pressing all the way down to the fretboard. You're using the slide as your fret, as your anchor point. And so I think you kind of get used to where things sound right.
Yeah.
So and it's a very it's sort of dissonant. I don't want to use the phrase out of tune, but it's an imperfect instrument. And I think that's part of its charm.
I think that's one of the things about this that's so much fun is you really just crank it up and play and have a good time making noise with it. And
the overtones and the undertones.
Man.
In tune.
Yeah.
I think that's a real thing.
Brian says it's cool AF. Now, Brian, do you mean that the whole thing is cool AF, or the bridge, or because we were talking about the bridge earlier, and Doug says he really likes the bridge. That bridge would be cool on an Icon. You're right. And Bitmat wants to know, he was assuming there'd be some special tunings. Yeah, man. There's all
sorts of crazy tunings. So the whole reason that we tuned it to this was, one, we wanted to get it together fast. Two, it's easy to tune to open E.
Yeah.
So, but you could tune to drop D and whatever, man.
This bridge is floating, but did you?
No, I haven't
stake it.
I haven't put it in yet.
Okay.
Yeah. So right now that bridge is movable.
Yeah.
If you want it to move, you can move it.
Yeah, I think this bridge is really, really neato. Okay. Dan, this bridge is actually rosewood. Okay, Chris, let's get back to Mike Sleeva's question about colors for this, because it's a great question.
It's a lovely question.
I think what he's kind of getting at is for this open pour style finish. Bitmat, yeah, we're gonna get someone who can play. If you can play it, come on up. Well, so what colors do you think this would be cool? Whoa, what are you doing? Okay,
there you go.
All right. What colors do you think this would be cool?
Well, I think this guitar lends itself to more natural tones. Red, amber, tobacco.
Yeah, I think like a sunburst would be neat.
Sunburst would be fun.
Actually, I think black always looks cool.
Black is fun.
What about some metallics? There's some neat metallic colors.
Yeah. When I think lap steel, I don't think metallic colors, but you could do it. You could be like the rebel on the block.
Yeah.
Look at my Pelham blue lap steel.
Yeah, why not Pelham blue or TV yellow?
TV yellow lap steel.
Have you ever seen guys kind of like walk around and they play it, and it's actually they don't set it on their lap. It's just here, and they kind of wander around playing it like they got the strap button maybe like here. So I don't know how that works. But.
Yeah. We can put a kickstand on it.
Yeah. I think that we're going to build some more of these, and I think these are really, really fun. You're going to want one. Now, this one is currently available, but JD has right of first refusal on it, right? So,
it's available with no price.
Yeah. So actually, Bitmat wants to know what the price is for this. Okay, I have to. If you would please send me an email.
Yeah.
And we can talk about. By the way,
let's talk about this too. This is the prototype.
That's right.
This is Matt and Chris's first lap steel. And this is most of what we want to make. It's not all of what we want to make. There's a couple of cool things that we're going to do on the others. Like I said, scale length is going to be slightly different.
Yep.
That's going to move a few things around.
I'm not going to show you some of the neat stuff that we've been working on, but next Friday you'll get to see it.
Okay.
Right? I mean, we'll have some idea of what is in store for these lap steels. Like I said, JD has right of first refusal on this one because he asked me to do it. So Bitmat says that the new logo is lovely.
Yeah, the new logo is really cool.
I think it's really classy. Me too.
Yeah, I liked it when we first did it, and now I like it even more. That's a good thing. So, yeah, it's fun. It's cool. It's fun. It's cool.
Yeah, man. I'm obligated to ask you guys to hit the like button and the subscribe button in case you haven't done that yet. There's not very many people here tonight, but you guys know what I'm talking about. I don't know what else there is to say, Chris, but you guys don't know how fun this is. Okay? Until you try it. And if anybody wants to come to the shop and play this, you're welcome to do it. If anybody wants one, please send me an email and I will get back to you with pricing and timeline and stuff. There are actually going to be 4 in the series, and you'll get to see most of them next Friday. Okay. So there's going to be 2 lap steels that are kind of set up for slide and 2 regular guitars that are set up for slide. So if you're like, man, lap steels are cool, but okay. So if you guys caught the first part of this video, I am so used to playing stringed instruments like this that I thought, wouldn't it be cool? Obviously this wouldn't work because but wouldn't it be neat to have the ability to play it like a regular guitar?
You play 1 through 11, 1 through 12.
Well, I mean, you could still get there, but
that's when you swap over and you go over the top.
It's funny, like because you're a piano player. Oh yeah, you could. As a piano guy, you probably have a lot of dexterity with your hands horizontal. But like the only musical instrument that I I'm going to say this word loosely. Play. My hands are like this. I'm not used to having my hands both palms down.
So
one
this
up
is
and
different
one down.
than this.
Okay. What is the first this?
Well,
Piano.
yeah, piano.
And the second this
is this.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, maybe that's my problem right there.
Okay.
Maybe I don't need to do this. Maybe I can play here. Thanks, Matt.
You bet. Rod says, I wonder if that lap steel body style is what inspired Rick Turner's guitars resemble. Yeah, Rod, I know exactly what you mean. And I think that this particular shape isn't exactly new. The Rick Turner Model 1 doesn't come out as far this way. Obviously, the neck is not set in nearly this far on the Turner Model 1. But yeah, it does.
So many of those classic designs have so many features that are similar to each other that
yeah.
This feels, at least to me, feels instantly comfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you would like us to build you a slide guitar that has this exact body shape, but the neck, actually, we could set the neck out a little bit. You could get a little more access. That would be fun too. So, yeah, guys, there is so much fun happening with slide. Let me ask you guys a question. If you're going to tune in later, if you're not tuning in live, because people are dropping off right now, they're going out to eat or whatever. Tell me if you're interested in slide. Is it something you're like, oh man, yeah, that's neat, but I don't want to have a guitar dedicated to slide, which by the way, you really shouldn't have like a regular guitar that you're like, I'm just going to set it up for slide. You should have a guitar that's designed to be played for slide. It makes life so much easier. You know what I mean? And by the way, it's not just a nut and a bridge. It's close to that, but it's not just that. So, yeah. All right, gang. Mike says it looks like Rick Danko's bass. Who's Rick Danko? I should know. I apologize.
Papa, that one band.
Yeah, that one guy.
Yeah.
Papa says thumbs up. Rod says classic and classy shape. Curtis Chavez says slurp licked it. You'll have to wipe the screen off after this video, Curtis. Okay. Oh, from the band.
Oh.
Okay. All right.
There you go.
All right, gang. So there you go. TTG's very, very first lap steel. I love this thing.
Yeah, it's neat.
I am very excited.
I'm looking forward to the other ones.
Oh yeah. But I think that for a prototype, it is rare that a prototype like does it for me, gives me the fizz like this one does. You know what? Wouldn't you say?
Yeah. I mean, because really, this is most of what the other ones are going to be. There's just a couple of little things that are cooler.
Yeah. Well, there will be some stuff, but I tell you what, man, this thing is so much fun. Cool. It's not even funny. Bitmat says he can't believe you're drinking Keystone. We get it free. So yeah. Curtis wants to know square neck or round neck. This has a square neck.
Square neck. This is designed specifically as a lap steel. There are no side markers.
Yeah.
There is, I mean, if you want to put strap buttons on it and play,
I suppose you could.
But yeah, this is our attempt at lap steel.
Mm-hmm.
Put it on a lap. Put it on a table.
Get a steel.
Chunk some legs on it if you want, but yeah.
Don't put legs on it. You have legs. Well, I think a lot of you do.
Yeah. But what I mean is
some of you might not.
This guitar is designed to be played flat.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Okay. Jerry F. Strings grounded.
Yes.
Well, it wasn't a question. He put a period after it. So
okay, so he might have seen it.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
I saw it. Well, I could see it but I know what I'm looking for.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. But if that was intended to be a question, yes, the strings are grounded.
Yeah.
In fact, everything's grounded. If you touch the nut to the bridge, it is conductive.
We'll play conductive, non-conductive next time we do a video.
So yeah, all the tuners are ground. Yeah, everything like
All the tuners are grounded. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, that's the way we could have done it.
Yeah.
I was gonna
Sure
put the
could've.
plates on this, just because I thought, well, that'll add some lap steely goodness, but they don't actually work on our hit stuff.
Brian says what gauge? I'm guessing he means strings.
Yeah, these are just 1046s.
Would you put what would you put on your
I think I'd
big ones?
I think I'd put 11s on it, 1150s, or maybe even it depends on the tuning. Like if I was tuning down a little bit, I'd definitely put 12s or 13s on it.
Okay.
But yeah, these are just our standard strings, because I kind of knew that we were just gonna tune it to open E,
Yeah.
big E chord. So
It's fun.
That's
It is
easy.
so fun. Every time I walk by this and plink on it, it's this is neat.
mm-hmm.
This is so cool.
Yep.
Um,
You know what key you can't tune regular guitar strings on one of
H.
these? No, C6.
oh, okay.
It won't work. You start getting to that point, you're like, it's gonna break,
It's
it's gonna break.
And then it breaks.
And it breaks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bitmat says make lap steel great again. I tell you what, man, making guitars fun again is what we're all about these days. As a matter of fact, Sunday's video is about making guitars fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody here is gonna want to tune in next Friday,
Mhm.
and they're gonna want to tell at least 3 or 4 buddies to tune in,
Mhm.
because there's gonna be some crazy stuff.
I couldn't agree more, Chris. There's going to be a lot of neat stuff.
Yeah.
We've
There's
got
gonna be at least 4 wacky cool guitars where you're like, oh man,
What the
that's really
heck?
neat, and maybe more.
Curtis says that his belly will compete with for
the
lap
table?
space. Yeah.
Yeah, they need to play up here.
Dave says knob inserts are grounded. You got that right. Curtis also says lap steel is always great. It is so fun, you guys. Kev Zill is excited. I think we're going to get his guitar painted this week too. Yeah. So anyway, gang, lap steels are fun. I had no idea how much fun they were, and here I am. I'm a fan, but I've always been a fan of slides. So, what have you always liked slide
Yeah.
guitar? I love the
Yeah.
way it sounds.
Yeah, it's really fun to like mess around with it.
It's just fun. I can't tell you guys how much fun this is. I know I'm harping on it, but yeah, it's just a fun thing.
Yep.
And when you see all the neat stuff that you can do, and like I said, you're tuned to a chord, you can cop a lot of cool, neat stuff. And especially if you just dime your amp and hit it with a boatload of overdrive, or if you're a bunch of reverb.
I was
don't
gonna say,
know.
yeah, some reverb, some echo, and next thing you know, yeah, you're playing in Les Baxter's Polynesian band. Yeah,
I'm not, but yeah,
Hawaiian.
you are. Yeah.
Yeah, whatever you're into.
Could you pluck it? Yes. I'm going to start watching lap steel videos pronto. Absolutely. Resonator next. We do have a couple resonator pans floating around.
That worked out well.
You need to use your
I was just gonna sit there and
Oh, okay.
pick,
All right.
an
Dude,
open
go.
E.
Okay, go ahead.
No, I think I've done enough.
Like you've done enough.
Yeah.
All right, gang, we will see you Sunday for more stuff. And yeah, absolutely. You can use finger picks and you should. Lefty says the sound comes in fairly well. Jerry F says plug it in. Okay, here's the thing. When you plug in stuff, like the volume, for some reason or another, there's something that can't handle it on our end.
Yeah, I think YouTube not buffers it, but kind of tries to EQ it on the run or something like
Mhm.
that. And it just
Is it
either
buffering, Greg? Is it
disappears,
compresses it? Yeah.
Yeah. And
Basically, you can't hear anything.
you can't hear it at all, or
Yeah.
it just sounds like complete garbage.
Yeah.
So we shan't be plugging in.
Rod says there's even a company that lets you easily install benders on lap steels to basically make them pedal. Yeah, Rod, actually, we've got some bridges from Peters, and they actually have some B and G benders that they'll sell you. So, yep. Butch wants to know, are we still live? I've been cutting grass. Yeah. We sure are, Butch. Terry says that he's got a bunch of lap seals and Dobros. Well, Terry, do you have a TTG one? I already know the answer. You should get one. Thank you, Rod. We love you too. All right, gang. So we will see you Sunday. And remember, send me an email if you have any interest in the lap steels. These things are more fun than you've had playing guitar for a long time.
Yep, and you'll see more of these as we go.
Oh, yes, you will. All right, gang. Take care. Have a great weekend. It's going to be hot as hell this weekend.